Before I get started, I just want to say that this review will probably be, like, super spoilerific. I can't really control myself to say that it won't have any spoilers, so if you haven't seen it yet, skedaddle, because there's going to be things that you don't want to hear, but definitely before you see this movie, and I know you don't want to know what happens in this movie before you see it. So, to start off with, like most others, I have seen Revenge of the Fallen twice now. I saw it on Monday at, like, this press preview showing thing that I got tickets for my comic book store because they love me. Me and my friend did go dressed as Spike and Carly, which was kind of cool, and once I get some pictures of us in our costumes, I'll be sure to post them. We didn't think to take any that night. And then, of course, I saw the midnight showing on Tuesday, so I have seen it twice. I definitely went into this movie trying to have little to no expectations. I didn't read any of the tie-in comics, I didn't read any of the tie-in novels, I didn't read the prequel, anything like that, and I tried to stay away from any and all spoilers. I knew who was going to be in the movie, obviously, because as a part of the Transformers community online, you can't escape that, you're going to find out. But I tried to go in with not knowing basically anything about the story, because even if the movie was bad, if I didn't know what was going to happen, it'd be like a million times more enjoyable. So when I very first saw it, the movie ended and I was like, that was great. The movie for me had some obvious high points. First of all, the action scenes in this were just way, 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 way better than in the first movie. Basically because you could see everybody, which was fantastic. I mean, in the fight in the forest, even though the Decepticons were basically like this sea of gray and silver, you could still tell basically exactly who was fighting Optimus Prime at what time. Which was fantastic, because I hated in the first movie not really being able to tell what was going on and who was fighting who. That was really frustrating. And the fight choreography itself was super awesome. I loved it. For some reason, I keep thinking back to in the forest fight when Starscream basically is, like, rolled over Optimus Prime's back. I don't know, I thought that was cool for some reason. And something about that specific fight scene in the forest near the beginning, or near the middle, I guess, of the movie, I thought that worked very, very well to lead up to, of course, the big moment of that scene where Megatron stabs through Optimus Prime. Because since I didn't know any spoilers and I didn't know that was going to happen, I audibly gasped and was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that just happened. And for the rest of the movie, I was kind of like, oh my gosh, I, like, didn't know what to expect. And the other big high point of this movie was the Decepticon interaction. Especially compared to the last movie where the Decepticons had no personality at all. And Megatron was basically like this, like, mechanical lion who was like, roar! Like, for all of his lines, I swear all of his lines were like growling, and he had a couple normal ones, but most of them were just like, mad, I just got this pointy face. Not my favorite version of Megatron in that first movie. But in this, I thought that it was just perfect. Especially the Megatron Starscream interaction. He beat up Starscream with his own arm. That was awesome, and it was just so perfect. I loved it. I am kind of one of those people who kind of had a problem with Megatron kind of being such a loyal disciple to the Fallen, because you kind of always think of Megatron as being his own, and, you know, he doesn't follow anybody except for the Fallen, apparently. But I kind of let that slide, you know, whatever. It's fine. And, of course, Soundwave and Ravage were epic awesome sauce. I love them so much. Ravage was so cool. And I don't know what those marbly things that turned into, like, the praying mantis craziness was supposed to be, but that was awesome. And Soundwave, even though he didn't really do much other than, like, put tentacles things on a satellite, he was still pretty cool. Devastator was very cool. I kind of wish he would have done a little bit more, other than be the butt of a ball joke. And I thought it was funny how he was, like, too big and stupid to climb up a pyramid. Like, that looked so painful. I just wanted to give him, like, a little push up the pyramid, because he was like, I can't do it, I'm falling off. I just wanted to give him a little help, but, he was still huge and epic and awesome. So the Decepticons were definitely a high point for me. I kind of wish that they weren't all construction vehicles, because near the end that's basically all that they were, and it got kind of confusing to tell who was who. And I know most of them were supposed to be kind of like genericons, but I kind of wish they would have been a bit more creative thinking of all those extra ones. But, you know, what are you going to do?